So that's how I got into Nottingham Sisters as a trustee and a co-founder, whatever. But how I met Luke would have only been possible, how I met Helen would have only been possible through community organising. We all have that office with the sign saying manager on it, and we expect everyone to come to us. It's true for me. Is it as true as it for the unions? I've got a feeling it is. The Muslim community was incredibly unionised when my father came here. Every single elder in the mosque was part of the union. No longer. 20 years, hardly anyone's left in the union. Now you could say that's completely down to manufacture, and for other reasons, but there's more of that. We've got that office syndrome. We expect people to knock on our doors. And we broke those relationships. We were in silos. So we met Luke, an issue around paddy. We did an action in Ramadan in our fast, and each week we opened a fast in public, and each week we had people coming down to talk about poverty, homelessness. I think Alex Norris came down to talk about racism. We had the bishop to talk about poverty and so on. And one of the talks was on racism. And for me, I thought the easiest source would be women who wear the hijab being suffering from discrimination. I was just happened to be in a pizza shop, and the Taxi Federation president was there, and I was talking to the owner of the pizza shop saying, tell me some stories, I'm doing this listening, I need to hear stories, where can I talk to people about what's happening in our community? And he popped up and he goes, I'll tell you what, I got my face punched in 6 months ago. I thought, how? You're a big bloke, how did that happen? He goes, I'm a taxi driver, and it's happening on a weekly basis, physically attacked, sworn at, racially abused. We then undertook a piece of research. We did a snapshot, 18,000 journeys were captured, of which there were 696 incidents of racism. Over 100 incidents of physical attack, whether it was damage to the driver or his vehicle. And this is just on a weekly basis in our town centre. So we got together and we fought for the CCTV camera. I'm just looking at Councillor Graham Chapman. We were still negotiating on how the best place to do this. But through that connection of showing concern, I'm from a faith perspective, so showing that compassion, as we would use in our terminology or our nomenclature, that compassion, that concern to the taxi drivers, we then built up a relationship. With that relationship, myself and Luke were invited after several other meetings to their AGM, and where we discussed about unionising the Nottingham Hackney Carriage Federation, of which a member went down last week and collected 400 application forms. So we're in the process of now looking at ways of supporting and empowering the taxi drivers to deal with their affairs, probably negotiating better with Nottingham City Council and other regulative bodies to help them. That link has only been possible through community organising. I can't stress it. There was no other way I would have had the ability, myself, Helene, Maz, with connecting with the unions. Even though in our workplaces there probably is a shop steward, but he stays in his office.
Yeah.
If it's not his office, then his office block is his office.